All right, I got here another Kentucky boy able to live out his dream with the Dream Factory. His dream was to be assistant coach at the University of Kentucky, and today, well, this weekend, he was able to be assistant coach. And he's 1-0, got a game ball. Did a really good job in the special teams call-outs and alerts. Before when we were on the bus, I told Coach Nolan Jones, I said, one of my director of ops, I said, we win this game, I want him to be at the press conference. I said, matter of fact, if we lose this game, he can do the press conference. Our injury report, Gabe Correll, pulled hip flexor and missed the second half. Martavis Nellam had a stinger and was able to go back in the game. Pancho Thomas had a hamstring. He was able to go back in the game also. We made some improvements. We still got a lot of things that we need to work on to continue to improve on. Again, we took care of the football offensively. We got ourselves off the field defensively when we needed to. We gave up a couple big plays on defense, and again, we got to continue to make them just snap the football and not give up big plays, and gave up way too many big plays on defense. But special forces, our freshman punter continues to be outstanding. We're protecting the punter well, but we did give up a big return on our kickoff return, on our kick cover. So again, a lot of improvement, but there still needs to be more improvement the next week. But again, things that we tried to emphasize, we did do. It seems like it's like a dam that, holes continue. As soon as you plug one hole, something else happens. Or another hole comes up. So we got, again, some things that we need to improve, and we'll get them improved this week. Because we got another tough opponent, Western Kentucky, coming in here. That's a physical, really physical football team. Their plan to win is similar to ours and most teams that will play, which is to run the football and to stop the run. They do a really good job at both. Any questions?
Talk about Max's play.
Continues to play well. Again, I said this when we had him, the 5 days we did for the bowl prep 2 years ago. We came off the field after one of the scrimmages, and he scrimmaged one time. We said that this guy would be great in this type of offense. We really started trying to transition to it then, and we're right. He's comfortable. He sees the field. He's very accurate, and we felt like we were starting to get some of those receivers that could do some of the things that we wanted to do offensively. I'm really proud of Aaron Boyd. Aaron Boyd continues to get himself better, continues to understand how you are supposed to go about your business and being a big-time wide receiver. So, again, he has really good ball skills. He's now, I got real excited more about the block than any of the catches, because those are the things that if you are a big wide receiver that, might not run 4.4 or 4.5, you have to be a physical wide receiver. And Aaron's now trying to be physical, and I appreciate that. He's a guy that's trying to do the things that we've asked him to do to get himself on the field.
Doctor, did you see the improvements from your defense from tonight?
We did get lined up. A lot better at getting lined up. Again, we still can't give up the big plays. Had 80 plays. We got to get ourselves. We can't allow people to have 80 plays. Now a lot of it, we scored pretty quick when we did score and put them back on the field. But they got to get themselves off the field also. So saw some improvement. With who we have left on our schedule, we got to improve a lot more.
There have been some young guys that you've kind of talked up. You thought you saw stuff in scrimmages that could be a big play, and then we haven't seen it. How relieved?
You didn't see Sweat?
I was going to say, how relieved were you to see that Sweat play? He's one of those guys.
I must didn't give you a chance. You had a long comma in there. I'm really pleased that, and at that point, we were really just, we're wanting to go in the game, and back in the game and just run the ball, but some of our runs call for us to throw quick screens out there, and we flip the screen out there thinking we get 5, and that's one of the things that Coach Washington has brought to us is team 4, go get the team 4 yards. Well, some of those 4 yards turned into, how long was that? 56 yards. So and that's the thing that Sweat ranks with. And did you guys see who made the block? Morgan Newton. Okay, we'll continue to try to expand on his role at that position. Again, he's too good of an athlete to be on the sideline, so we have to try to continue to expand on his role as an H-back, as a wildcat guy, all those type of things that we can do to get him on the field also.
Before that Sweat touchdown, all of the other ones were scored by veterans. What does it kind of say? Did you feel like maybe they had to step up their game a little bit?
I mean, what competition is what makes people go. We're in this business because we want to compete, and again, those older guys feel the young guys on their heels. Therefore, they have to step up and make plays for us, and they are. They did today. Raymond, he's done a really good job. So did John. John has got an opportunity to play with Kashyyyk being out, and did a good job for us tonight.
Over in that second and third quarters, when all those big plays started to happen, there seemed just to be a lot of excitement with your guys. I mean, is that something that they needed, just to be able to see some good things? They work hard on the practice field, but to see it in games and come out.
No doubt, I mean, as hard as they work, you need to see some successful things happen, and they did tonight. And and what happens is everybody wants to be a part of it. It's just a funny thing, when someone. And everybody out there was proud of Aaron Board and yelling and rooting for Aaron Board, but they also want to get involved also. So, I think hopefully this will be something that we can, feed off from, because there was some, there was things that we've talked about. There was, some big plays. We ran the ball efficient, and we protected the football, and then we got ourselves off the field when needed.
Joe, you played a lot of young guys on defense. Do you think with the way, after you got past that first drive in the second half, the way you kind of finished the game defensively, it's like they played a little more enthusiasm, can that help build some confidence in what you think of those guys?
Definitely can. Khalid Henderson played a lot of snaps, and actually played when the game was still on the line. He and Poncho, Thomas, and Fred Taylor played, and then J.D. Harmon. J.D. Harmon made a few plays for us also on the perimeter, on defense, and then Darren Blaylock. And I always have to pause before I say Blaylock's name. This might be Zach, it might be Sean. This one was Darren, and Darren had got a lot of snaps late in the game, and that will only help us down the road. The thing I don't want, one thing of what it is, to force us to be a little bit more simple, okay, by saying, hey, these guys are going to play. So I think it forces us to be a little bit more simple in terms of our adjustments. And then the other thing is, with where we are in our depth, I don't want us to be, 3 weeks from now and those guys getting their first snap because someone has gone down. I just think it's time for them to play. It's time for them to continue to get snaps and get confidence as they go, instead of trying to put them in there when we have to. Okay, when we have to. And I just think it was the right thing to do. We'll continue to play them. They're only going to get more and more comfortable with the amount of snaps that they get.
When you went to the hurry up and this new kind of offense, would you have envisioned being this clean as far as, there haven't been many penalties, that kind of thing?
We've never been a real, bad penalty team. Last year was a little bit different, but we've never been. But I think this stuff definitely helps you get enough guys on the field. You're able to see things because you got a lot more time. the snap count is usually on the ball, okay? Because the receivers are not, there really isn't snap count. There's the quarterback raising his leg up and the ball snaps. So you're not really going, it makes those guys concentrate on just the ball and not listen for a snap count. So those things have helped. One thing I did fear when we went to this is that the offensive linemen, being in a two-point stand, you wouldn't be able to be as physical. Those guys are playing physical up front. I like what we're doing offensively. Again, we got to continue to improve. We missed the deep ball that one of those things we talk about is taking shots. We missed one to Larod that in big games you can't miss those. You can't miss those throws. We got to connect on those.
How much has Pat Washington played in Aaron's league to this level right now?
A lot. I mean, he has a lot. But Aaron's had 3 coaches since he's been here also. He has myself, Coach Martin, and Pat Washington. But I think a lot of it has to do with Aaron just, deciding, hey, this is my last one. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to work my tail off. Again, the thing that a big guy that doesn't run as well as the other guys, you have to be a physical guy. You have to be physical when someone comes up in your face to try to press you. And I think Aaron has bought into that. He's worked his tail off, and I'm just excited that he's now starting to make plays for us. I mean, he caught 11 passes, and I've seen that. It's good. I mean, great. Okay, that's great. No wonder the guys wanted to give him the game ball. Can't give him the game ball. My man's got the game ball. Right?
Joe, what was the importance of the safety for getting momentum back?
It's good, for us to score. It's one of our goals each week is to score on defense, and one of our goals on special forces is to create or set up a score. So, I think it's big when you can reach another one of your goals on defense.
They kind of gashed you guys right up the gut running the ball.
Why would you use that word?
Kind of what it was.
Yeah.
146 yards and 15 carries to start. Was that, again, you talked about last week, a lot of people will look at that, what happened last week, and blame the defensive line. What did you see there on the field? Linebackers?
Well, a combination, and again, I like to see it on the video before I make any type of judgments, but right now, I would say it's the whole defense, because they got past the D-line, they got past the linebackers, and they also split the safety. So I'd like to hold judgment until I see it.
Is Morgan still your backup quarterback?
He is, but we're gonna try to get the young kid in some, and try to get him some reps also. But Morgan, if something, if we had an emergency, yes. Okay, but with this offense, the thing that happens is the quarterback's able to get the ball out of his hands. He shouldn't take the type of hits that that you take in some other offenses, because they ought to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. So we're bending the gun a lot more than we've ever been, and I think this is where this kid feels more comfortable at. So, but Morgan will be our backup slash. A guy that will play all over the place. We'll play some Wildcat. He'll play some H-back for us. He's just too good of an athlete to be on the sideline.
One more question.
What's that?
A little humble pie from Mobley.
Little, yeah. I mean, the thing on the goal line, when we run our power play, it's not a cutback. And it's not a cutback. And maybe last year he probably could cut back, and he meets the backside linebacker in the hole. He probably puts the backside linebacker's back of his head on the goalpost. And you can't do it at this level. If he'd stayed front side, maybe it'd been a different story. He might have been somebody might have been tackling with a body on him. It's a little bit different. So again, but every snap that he gets, he's only going to get better. You guys got a chance to see some of the way he runs, which is physical, behind his pads. We got to continue to get him snaps, and he will. It's a long season still.
Joe, barring injury, I guess, is the plan to redshirt Patrick Cole at this point?
That, again, we talked to Pat this past week, and yeah, I mean, we'd like to, but you can't, You know, you can't say that today because, again, anything can happen. You know, so I won't say anything like that. That yes, we are redshirting Patrick Toes, but we'll continue to travel him and work him, and he'll be ready in case of an emergency.
Coach, is attendance, is it as simple as just winning?
Yeah, I mean, we got to put a better product on the field than we have, you know, and than we have in the past, and you know, and they'll come. You know, I appreciate the people, the ones who came tonight. You know, gave our kids a lot of energy, and we expect you to be back here next week. Okay.